This is the WWE NXT Stand and Deliver 2025 full show results video, which takes place at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The show started with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Elimination match. This match happened between Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez versus Fatal Influence versus Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley versus Metagirls. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez eliminated Metagirls by pinfall with pop rocks from Perez on Lash Legend. Jade keeping the pressure up on Jane, double stomp, Roxanne tags in, moonsault for 2. Fallon runs in, Perez takes her out, Cora got legal in there somewhere and JC drops her with a neckbreaker. Roxanne takes a walk, then Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley eliminate Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez with a double pin. In the end, Jane hits vicious running knee and Tatum breaks it up, stepping over her to kick Fallon clean out of the ring. Jasmine runs interference but Dolan kicks out, then Paxley wipes Henley out, tags in, and Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley won the match, last eliminating Fatal Influence by pinfall with Cemetery Drive on JC Jane, becoming the #1 contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. The next match happened between All Ego Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints for the NXT North American Championship. Saints in control early, walking the ropes, corner elbow, outside and Page power slams him on the apron. Back inside, back and forth, snap swinging neckbreaker getting Ricky back into it, action to the floor and All Ego sidesteps a dive and Saints crashes hard over the announce desk. Saints throwing desperate elbows and Ethan back suplexes him into the ropes and he bounces off and over and crashes to the floor. Ricky Saints gets a near fall and immediately runs into the single leg code breaker. Saints back on his feet, he gets the spear and gets him up, and the result of this match was Ricky Saints defeated Ethan Page by pinfall with Rochambeau, retaining the NXT North American Championship. Then we saw a match between Fraxium versus Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championship. We see Tank drops Axiom over the ropes into the floor, Walker pounces Fraser off the apron and into the desk, tag to Ledger, he holds the ropes open, and Hank dives but nobody's home and he just bounces off the announce desk. Match breaking down, Sling Blade sets up another Phoenix, nobody home. Hank with a huge Bossman slam, Tank dives on Axiom, tag made, shirts off, they've got Nathan in their sights and they sandwich him, and the result of this match was Hank and Tank defeated Fraxium by pinfall with the assisted power slam on Nathan Fraser, becoming your new NXT Tag Team Champions. Post-match, both teams embrace in good sportsmanship. Penn Jillette is interviewed backstage for some reason or another. He talks about how some people don't believe in their magic and Lexus King rolls up to call it a ruse, a facade, smoke and mirrors. He's an intellectual and the NXT Heritage Cup is the only thing that's real. Penn opens a cage and says it'll be safe inside and Lexus puts it on a stool inside. Jillette closes the bars and rolls down a curtain to keep the light from fading the cup and they want to make sure it's safe, and then pulls the curtain down and Teller is inside wearing Jey Uso merch. He steps out doing yeet hands, NXT Heritage Cup nowhere to be found. Then we saw a ladder match between Izzy Dame versus Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice versus Sol Ruca versus Thea Hale versus Zarya for the vacant NXT Women's North American Championship. We see Zarya and Dame fighting over a ladder, Izzy gets the better of it but gets taken out right thereafter. Kalani tries to do the splits to save herself and Thea comes over and gets under her for a powerbomb, and Jordan turns it into a double team. Jordan puts Vice on the apron, slingshot guillotine leg drop, Izzy throws Kalani to the apron and gets caught with a kick. Lola climbing, Jordan pulls her off the ladder and eats a rolling Sol butt. Sol wants a powerbomb but only gets back-fisted to hell, Izzy with a dropkick, a boot for Zarya. Thea climbs the ladder, she's got a hand on the belt but Dame drags the ladder out of center. The rest of the culling show up, Thea reaches for the belt before sitting down as Zarya tips it over, and Thea Hale crashed and burns right into the culling. Zarya escapes with an upkick, tug of war between Jordan and Ruca, Kalani rams it into her midsection and it ends up bridged between ropes and ladder. Sol and Kalani brawling on the bridge while Zarya clings to the ladder in hopes of climbing, Vice knocks the brawlers off and climbs up over Zarya, sleeper hold applied, but Zarya's still climbing. Zarya and Sol climbing, teammates neck and neck, reaching as they realize it's just them and Sol wins the exchange and skins the cat back to the top of the ladder. Then Sol Ruca hits Sol Snatcher to Izzy Dame, then hits a double Sol Snatcher to both Kalani Jordan and Thea Hale. Then Sol Ruca climbed the ladder, and grabbed the title, and become the new NXT North American Champion. We get a recap of our pre-show match and Gigi Dolan, Tatum Paxley, and Shotzi Blackheart are interviewed backstage. Paxley is excited that she not only won at her first Stand and Deliver, but she did it with her best friends. She freaks out briefly over the idea of having to fight her darling Lyra Valkyria, but Gigi smooths it over and they resolve to be new champs. Then we saw a match between Darkstate versus the DAngelo family. In the end, we see Cutler pulls Luca out of the ring and rams him face-first into the post, and Adriana Rizzo dives on him with a plancha. The Don levels a grim look at the underboos and he goes and gets the crowbars, but Tony's not having it. That's not his call. The Don hits a spinebuster somebody who came in to attack Stax and they hug. Tony turns away and Stax calmly gives the crowbar to the referee before kicking the Don a low blow from behind, and Lorenzo leaves Tony to Darkstate, and the result of this match was Darkstate defeated DAngelo family by pinfall with the tossing triple powerbomb on Tony DAngelo. Hank and Tank are interviewed backstage and Hank Walker talks about how in wrestling the output doesn't always match the input, but tonight it does, and Tank is his brother and he wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. Ledger says he knew he was gonna put the work in and get there, but he had no idea he'd be doing it with his brother, and they're gonna have more of these moments because of each other. The next match happened between Julia versus Jada Parker versus Jordynne Grace versus Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's Championship. Stephanie tries to take her out, but Jordynne runs through her. Chops, test of strength, La Primera going for a double jump arm drag, the Juggernaut blocks. Victory roll pin from Vaquer, only 2. Grace slaps her head off the ropes, whip reversed, schoolboy from the champ for 2. Parker up top, kicking Julia away, Dark Angel hooks her, Beautiful Madness comes over and hooks her, the Juggernaut gets under the whole conurbation, hits double blockbuster Doomsday device courtesy of Jada and Jordynne. Grace with a waistlock, back roll, Vaquer wants the figure 4 head scissors, but Jordynne stands up, electric chair to a fireman's carry to a California roll. Blockbuster from Parker, she follows it with a Samoan drop on the Beautiful Madness and goes back to Jordynne for shoulder blocks in the corner. Jada puts Jordynne in a deathlock, Julia puts Parker in a flying octopus, bridging rear chinlock from Stephanie, Jada steps out and slams Beautiful Madness into Jordynne. Grace sent to the corner by a super kick from Vaquer, Soul Food takes Julia out, corner knees on Parker and 1 for Jordynne too. In the end, Stephanie Vaquer won the match by pinfall with SBB on Jada Parker, retaining the NXT Women's Championship. Backstage, Lexis King is looking for the NXT Heritage Cup that Penn and Teller disappeared, with no luck. Channing Stax Lorenzo refuses an interview in the parking lot but tells Luca Cruzifino he'll explain everything and to keep his phone close and he'll see him on Tuesday. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between J. Yvonne Evans versus Oba Femi versus Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. In the end, we see that Trick Williams throws J. Yvonne back inside, Trick shot connects but there's no referee. Oba grabs referee D.A. Brewer and keeps him from making the count, but Oba saves. Then Oba Femi destroyed both, and the result of this match was Oba Femi won the match by pinfall with fall from Grace on J. Yvonne Evans, retaining the NXT Championship. Oba Femi stands tall, and the show goes off the air. How much you would rate NXT Stand and Deliver? Tell me in the comments, and thanks for watching.